but we have an MP there. And just our friend is saying constituency and the most developed constituency in the whole country. Because I was a campaigner, the pass will be young for Pono Macasa. Will be a fee fenced, very difficult, so will be to me will be fee. But acquire on a very, very bad.
Obacasa acquiring in a bad and I say, bin, yes, a
bin, ya be, and a bin. A big cram put your moye so to cram is here done. I say feed the road. I say, oh, man, your crowd. And see, very, very bad. And then the MP there has to really work on that. So it's me, I was with me. Yeah, you about that. Then just say I'm a power there. May more than that. My ready, my Messiah crowd was say I'm power 2024.
Okay, yo, yeah, saying you may encounter. Ye net ye shall say the free the daily dispatch. As some be PM ho, I will ensure a free and fair elections without violence. His Excellency Nana Dankwa Kufuor as some walk can was so no dear. Obesha se pepe pay your ebe koso ewa ya batua. Ye babetum na ya twe ho afiri eye boniye ene pinche ene tutrasam nti bosha wo de maye no honorable.
Yes, many of our sound was BM na madam say mama me ekwanya we na sanana ka so be ensure free and fair election na in two folds and okasa no de ntia make us say in two folds and say ansa na be ensure free and fair election no. Not just say, what they were no. People have really approved whatever that you are doing for the country. And then we know say at a stand, no baby ujinan o you be away just onka say we inko we na we inko so bim we inko ye say. By the end of the day, you bet me who say, oh, say and I was it here. O you be a upo mining coso. O the country no at the two first, ewa de be a oyim. But in a situation say day in day out be an say nkofo a demonstration be a the police at the block home. Now since we dey call so a friend say Kenya. O hwe dey call so the youth no mo sorry kasai government need tie. Ebe kan na government no I implement it. So on endorse your friend say taxation new taxation na mo dey abeka ho. Ni na because of saying government na mo kwan time mo ye demo no obia anko omu na omu se ngofo ye demo omu rura parliament woni na nye se bia na obia no obetima ye bi obuborura ho na police for omu kra mu dwane ye ansa na later omu de military ba be pam omu agigigichi bi benti a country mostly no obia ka se wo ye demo bia they write a letter to how do you call the police or the security agencies. By the end of the day, demonstration no be so mo ye na ba bi o be so mo tu o manamo ekoduru because obi enu obetimi adu Jubilee House or kwakuru Jubilee House.
Honorable mami remu hase na clear hono ma yenhwe. Enti wo be ka say the way akwanya eye Kenya for youth no e fa so e demonstrate ye no Ghana for use sa akwan na so.
Men ka say o mun use sa akwan na so enfanye but
a lot of casualties.
Omuntanye demonstrations yes, omuntanye demonstrations so what I say. But a drum pempons will be now almost sorry yes omu ye demo. Na just omu hu ni say there be say o man fa force and fa nwema na omu ko no boko a enye. Ghana ha menkai the last time obi organize demo a ekoye kind of like the results end results on koye say casualties ne sa ne ma bia efri mobile. By the end of the day no your friend is a demonstration or muye ni na aya na a peaceful demo. O she demonstration mo yan Ghana ni na a peaceful demo. But we won say na police and as security agencies akwa block omo on their way say omo ye dey omo kwa ye demonstration. Omo block omo because mostly no omo ye demo bebre ni na obu o omo ye omo say oh ye be say you could do Jubilee House enim ho. Omo kwan kura mo mundu ho. Omo di free 37 ho ba na omo block omo. And omo di free circle ha ana ekwa na omo block omo. Omo nkokora to mbemben so the reason enti omo ye demo no omo nko enkodusa mekai during the 2020 elections NDC eka so omo ye demonstration bi akọ a friend say electoral commission omo kwa present letter e dem omo drew police for am even police for na angel letter kra keke emfa nko no e be different case and omuja letter na eto was anomoko. So by the end of the day, if you want to ensure free and fair election as a president, your behavior counts first. Your previous behaviors, your past. And then there was here first who say obetimi ensure free and fair election and as untimi ensure. Because who you be a wow political party, more vigilante groups, and it's normally in a woman and then most vigilante any will be. Then so ye won go for mo shenta the blacks enam krom ha. Omo nye police, omo nye military, omo nye national security. Nso omo nam krom ha ye o. Omo timi kwa chen krofo e de omo kosie yina e wo krom ya. So if you come and tell me that you are going to ensure free and fair elections, then I don't believe in that policy say free and fair election betimi akoso. Because of say bia or no office bia uncontested bia mnintina ojina nchanya akasa dia. Then I'm really sorry for him because this 2024 elections now is going to be something else. Heat ebewumpa, and I can't predict what the end result is going to be unless we all wait for the end of the election so that we will all endure whatsoever that is going to happen. Because I don't think so. We will be say free and fair elections because NDC is eager to win.
Abaye nyanto ye no, and I wote yesi ya woka say you don't think say free and fair ebe prevail. How?
Yes, this is the situation. NDC are eager, so MPP is eager to break the age. This is the situation.
And it doesn't mean free and fair.
Nobody is willing to accept any results that will come by the end of this election.
Nobody is willing to.
Nobody is willing to. Both for let me be specific here. None of the two political parties is willing to accept.
How?
Even NDC. One of the things is NDC. Omunka, your friend say IPAC, electoral commission meetings of organizing political parties. No. Ask yourself that what is the reason why they are not part? Because mostly now
electoral commission you free manas so
so any electoral commission you free. The free they say the free say mostly say you call for IPAC meetings. By then I belong to a political party, and you call IPAC meetings now. What MPP usually does is that they try all means to influence most of these smaller political parties. So anytime that there is maybe a panel discussion on board and then we want to vote, NDC always realize that all the smaller political parties are voting alongside with MPP. If MPP is saying no, they are all going to their side. And then NDC, they are only left alone. So I say, omo decision be omo de baby and almost omunye obi a obey.
Now wow, honorable asema working. Nipa about 30-something million plus.
Yeah.
And the Ghana has say. Enye bia NDC for amoma bema bu say MPP for akọ Ashanti region akoye campaign etimi convince nkofo so move vote mo to omo no so no omo nkọ Ashanti region enkonkoye campaign ana they baba in relations to IPAC meeting as am working obi etimi elu obi a that is what we say politics
a game of intelligence.
Why can't you also do same
according to them menye NDC ni but according to them no what the basis I am using say much say electoral commission ain't just because one of the key things I was when you say electoral commission is supposed to be an independent body.
Since when?
So what yes here. Anna, from the observation that we all know, no, we know say how do we call it the electoral commission, the EC boss, we know the political party that she belongs to. Me to be specific, I know the political party that she belongs to.
Which political party?
I'm not going to mention that.
Then you don't know.
So by the end of the day, what we are going to observe is that Electoral Commission herself is not an independent body. So
says Honorable Rauf.
Yes. America, we are aware, say Electoral Commission
I'm not aware.
Independent body. Electoral Commission is being influenced. Independent
from
body.
Where I'm sitting, meaning by law, no.
By law.
Electoral Commission. An independent
body.
And to minimum say, obi enya influence be neso. Meaning the minimum say, ojina hono ma pepe pay your say, obeshe ama abato insem akotote.
That is the more reason why when you observe from an angle that the Electoral Commission is now not an independent body, you realize that by the end of the day, none of these political parties, unless maybe a sideways party that is in alongside with the Electoral Commission, but a party that is not in alongside with the Electoral Commission will not even accept the end results of the 2024 general election. Me, to be specific, my constituency, I have promised myself that I'm going to win the seat. So by the end of the day, if I don't win, I know the other steps to take, which I'm not going to share it here. Yes.
The other steps to take to win, and I said the other steps to take.
The other steps to take to fight for my justice.
Okay. About
that is what I'm talking about.
But in what me, I assume me say, enko side. Yes, sir.
Me assumption, but any assumption be me. But by the end of the day, if we are looking at some of these situations, you look at the fact that if I win, what will happen? If I don't win, what will happen? I have really assured myself because of the groundworks that I've done. I know the end. I know that by the end of the day, I should be the winner of my constituency. And then most of these political parties, everybody has their own target. The focus is on both MPP and NDC, and they all have their target. So if we are to talk about a body crank, ensure free and fair election, it should either come from the Ghana Police Service, or it should come from, how do we call it, the Electoral Commission. Some ensure free and fair election. And just sitting president. This sitting president doesn't have anything to offer when it comes to elections. So no ensure free and fair election.
But don't you think, say penyini e wo fie na say if I say mofra e ko na penyini tena wonu mhwedi na mofra na ko nka hwe ya. So obi foforo abonten ba na obi refie onu hu se penyini te ho e na nkwa na kwade asem no beka.
Se penyini susu wo fie ho.
No me bisa wo de tie
me say.
Wo ya de asem na sa outsider no a wo be rem no beka e de afasa
penyini. Na penyini na ho no so ye mumu so e.
Enti na we sabi I mean, not disrespect to
yes.
I mean, impaired person for speaking here. But so sabio untimi nkasa nti untimi mpatanto
neni swefra so say
neni
nkasa neni swefra kan why
asama ye kan
visually impaired
no ye can ade a compare his excellency na Kantanka Akufo-Addo. There's no way say ubetimi akase on to mean kasa na se wo.
Oh no, that's the reason why we all kasa ye can e dia compare. We are not trying to
me kasa inti na panyin wo fie no wa sure and say ba Ghana ha say why na ye president
Nana Kantanka Akufo-Addo.
Exactly. So do you think say there's wrong and there's something wrong for him to come out to say obem ensure say there's free and fair election?
There is nothing wrong about that. But every institution in Ghana have their sole responsibility in the country. So I was expecting the right institution to rather come out and say that. So far as he is the president, he is in charge of most of these institutions. And it doesn't mean that, how do we call it? It doesn't mean that he is supposed to run most of the institutions. That is why all the institutions, institution be on head, are running. Because on to me president, at the same time MP, throughout the country, on to me president, at the same time minister. That is why we always say that if somebody is even an MP, the person is not supposed to be given a ministerial position, because these two roles, are very difficult. Say take these two roles together into a president. From what we know is that he assent, how do we call it, bills passed by Parliament. And then he also ensures that, so far as he is the central government of the whole country, most of these ministers and all those kind of stuff, if they have anything that they want to do, he will have to approve it before they will be able to do that. So the right institution should rather come out and say that. That should rather come from any of the security agencies, or it should rather come from the Electoral Commission, and not the sitting president.
Okay. Yo, Ebusha Foguswa state issues said in the Daily Dispatch and Komobona Yeshe. I see His Excellency Kantanka Akufo-Addo Edia to just say, Kana for being ya rishimo, it will no be in ya abutoyemo. Kawakuma to yem, na se, Yamea Domoa 7 December, about on a batuno, Beshe say, Pepe pay your pa, never pinchy, and then tokwa, ebia. Emma Nasabi Guso Eddie and Kumuya Shadrach K. Ofori, a political analyst, Wabekaminsa, Obekahu, ebi ama yedin komo. Shadrach Mwakwaba. Inti asema edapono so ayedi hunkomo. Quick one, the Obekande Fahona Yankwe.
Yeah, so Mitie Didi can mecha Ashafoni also. Mitie Minue Kakra concerning a comment from the president. I'll say he will ensure free and fair elections. I believe that when it comes to elections, it's not just about the EC. The state security also have a role to play. So if the EC even do organize the election fairly, and the state security, there will be no free and fair election. And who is in charge of Ghana armed forces? Is the president. So if the president come out and says, okay, I'll make sure there's free and fair election, I think he's right. But to say they could see last election, the chairman of the NB. To say they could see oh minua be many constituency Ayawaso West. That was 2018. Yen per se ebe correct said in election be abaso nkofo mienu miensa be free mu. People say something but they don't own what they say. They will say A but they will do B. That is what you are looking for. Maybe you do know you hear some way or many more shit. But Debbie America say it's better say Ubenya some way dance obe usika untumi mpie. It's better say obeda wasumbejo dance be obe okasa untumu movie. Ebe say we president obi be call obi buy na call and also buy. If people are complaining about the corner, make sure that you leave the country peacefully so that the next person will take over. And you can me
Yo, Matsemeda say, I am more popular than Bawumia and Mahama. Honorable Alan Chamantin Asama Wakanono, a founder and leader of Butterfly
Movement for Change.
Movement for Change. Okay, because Butterfly.
It's an alliance for voluntary.
Someone in Amoka home be the Macambo.
Oh,
sir. Okay. Yo, auntie, Asama Yapa Air Canon was one of the cities in no crampo chain. The Vice President of Republic of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji, and I say Excellency Alhaji Bawumia, and the former President John Dramani Mahama. Papa Alancha Martin Asamakan.
Nearby me, there was a popularity, and I'm the winning election. Hassan Ayraga winning election. Catch Baba. Cornwall Lancashire and Cassambri could be contested for independent and winning election. And as long as I can celebrities of Morgan and could be able to say or contested for election. And then it's politics is something else. Alancha Martin, from the first day that I realized that they carry a call from as or accepted to be a minister under this MPP regime. And finally say Akufo-Addo term we or accepted say
trade
or obey Minister of Trade. No? That was the time or this say any chances in now could be to me. Yes, because as a Minister of Trade, the Antigana here now Mubega say a friend is a COVID-19 po. Russia Ukraine war are affecting you in so many ways when it comes to say a some year or more bread in the side one. By then he was the the Minister of Trade. And as a Minister of Trade, how influential and then how was he able to impact the trade industry in Ghana here? He was not able to cause any effect to that. And then by the end of the day, Obeka will say so far as an minister and you're no pet. Ano no de play role and I say what the near maybe or country no because they be orders for my birth and will base the on now what the performance any popularity ana ye de copy presidency any popularity and ye de copy MP and then I make sure that my constituency one may winning down flat any popularity and ye de popularity there all the popularity they obey to me there Ghana han say what the be bonyom and now what the be acting movie. That is the only two things I'll bet immediate popularity. Now, popularity say,
but about politics,
when it comes to politics is a game of intelligence. If you are not intelligent, forget about it. No matter how wealthy you are, you can never influence. You election day, and I say even before elections, 10,000, 5,000, or meji, or medi, ubi a more musko, or metua many then they will ignore you. Why is this so? Because Nkofo said we already understand it. Obia, I say a member be aqua say or baba cope. Obia be Canada, Obi Baba Betcher and the same war car, we will fee. Obebas or Betcher and say, oh, me minika, minifi, many parents a cranity. By the end of the most or by no crab accepting the pacron any parents, tenno. I would nisika or bemaniska and I say, oh, nifia or the nibacumuno. Dan the pacra or car, any sicano. So why is it? It will be honest said you sit and near maybe I say. And then looking at this regime like this now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the current vice president. Or a whole lot of things will be to me approve your child say now buying a bar power no. Say any say my Mahama a former president of the Republic of Ghana. Or a whole lot of things will be to me approve your bank say a say any say my and by the end of the day Alancha Martin, you formed your own movement and your political party. What form of your own movement? I will say what they contest for you. What track records do you have? I will be to me actually say, a win a my Makwako ye kwan bi ha say Makwako ye say apart from the your friends say conferences or organizing it, mini rallies are you know. Apart from that, you don't have anything that you could prove to people that this is what I've done. These people that you are seeing on the screen plenty like this, no. By the end of the day, when you say promise TNT, any aduane, anything a baby now and most of them, most of these programs were, some of them were KNUST, some of them were AFSA, most of them were students. Students, you know, school man, or PBBD. Some of these programs, if you call them to attend, they will attend. We can also organize a lot of people to attend our programs, and then by the end of the day, we turn out to pay them. But then it doesn't mean that the numbers that you are having following you, no number to Obama. International say, Keba popularity, Ghana Hanko be your president now, and Hassan Ayariga. Because when it comes to popularity, Wababe popular in so many ways. Enya domo mudi nechi so
Enya slogan
Ayarikov. We benyani na by the end of the day, you know. Yebetu abana wi no better single 1, single 2, 0 ne de kan ho. Afi ho na obo say what is scam and crofos so we enya here na popularity no. Eye for wo fie ne we hunya de a wo.
Ayo, mate so mu wo ho ma me na member Shadrack Eso. We'll take on it. Okay. Honorable Alan Chamantin, so your popular change, Mrs. Lindsay, Dr. Mamu Baomiane, Mrs. Lindsay, the former president, Dramani Mahama.
Yeah, I will understand him some way because, like I said, political popularity, it's not about you getting name. It's about the conception and I say public opinion about you. And see, sometimes we say, even when we are doing demonstration against the government, you are making the government unpopular. Why are you making the government unpopular? How can somebody who is popular become unpopular? It's because of the bad image you are preaching out. So we shouldn't get it wrong. You can say popularity and I say political popularity. It's not the Jacko way na yenimno or maybe Asna Yaragani way na yenimno. It's about how public accept you when your policy comes out, how they understand you, your plans, your public opinions, opinion pools, and public settlement about how they see you. Do they see you as a corrupt person, or they see you as a competent person? Do they see you as somebody who can do better, or they see you as somebody who can perform like what is happening? Do you get it? So we shouldn't get it wrong. And he not being a president before, when you take our vice president, he's the current vice president and he's the fiber of the MPP. You take President Mahama, he has been a president before. And he is now coming. So when you take the two, somebody may sit somewhere who says, okay, at least I've seen what...
But somebody will also say, I mean, he's been a minister. Within the politics,
minister doesn't come near... I'm not doing campaign for him,
No,
but minister doesn't come near to president and as a vice president.
Clarity on that. Said the bear who pick or arguments now who says, because be a minister, there's a possibility to say, Obi ni mo share crampono. Who TV with him abetoso. I because a trade minister. Into your home, into Wakasa, Mobite.
Trade minister is just a part of the economy or the country's economy. Do you get it? And it's just a part. This is a situation where we are talking about a whole country who can manage the country. Do you get it? I don't know your tools of measurement.
Yes, when we talk about the sector minister, it's a trade minister. When to me manage the big tour, when to manage
on what grounds?
You couldn't make a lot of impact with the trade industry in the country. So if you tell me that. If you tell me that if you give you, how do you call it, position as a president, again I'll be.
When we get an opportunity like this, as young guys coming up, you don't have to just come and sit here and be making a public opinion. I say your personal opinion, You are saying somebody didn't perform on what grounds? I'm not doing campaign for him. I will never campaign for him too. I am not for him. Yes, I'm not for him.
Okay.
Do you get
but
it?
For who?
So the key thing here is can you even mention just two?
You don't understand me. What I'm saying is whether he performed well or not. Let me just end. Whether he performed well or not, you need to give a reason. Do you get it?
I need to give
a reason why you think he failed or he performed. Before you can make a final decision.
I shouldn't be in that position to give a reason why
you are now judging him that he can't.
What I'm saying is that I shouldn't be in a position to tell him that this is the reason why he failed.
No,
he should rather come out and tell us the reason why he couldn't perform was he was a minister.
Has he admitted that he couldn't perform? You are making a judgment now that he didn't perform, so he can't be a president.
If he was able to perform, can you just mention 2 things that you think that when
I am not his spokesperson.
Impact be na ono na ya wo.
Me spokesperson. I was not part of the ministry.
There is nothing that he did.
Shut up. So yeah, the next day. Now, and you say you are for who?
I am for Ghana.
We are for Ghana. So nobody is supporting
me. Definitely.
Now, so but who call Quantum Crossy and talk about money you as member of parliament?
Exactly.
Yes, sir. And it's all say we know my Ghana. We know my one because I
want to.
Ayo. Intimate.
Do you get so? I disagree with what he said. Yes, he can become a popular though, but do you have the numbers? We are in a country where we've done 10 crabs now. Bear 4 by MPP, 4 by NDC. The 2 may be independent or non-aligned to any political party.
My main case say, the last time I work as a CA, I was say, well, you're popular. A chain, I am paying for me, you know. A dear, they be free more.
Yeah, it can be true that they can. It's popularity in politics is about the opinion people have about you. Do they accept you? That is
so one. Meaning say obey me about the president.
You know we have
because
people. You know we have people who like him but they won't vote for him. I've encountered a lot of people. Yes. Oh, yeah.
And they're not popular now. In any day.
You can be popular. They're popular.
Because you're popular with a substance.
No, you see some of our mentality. We have one mentality that I don't want to waste my votes.
No, me person me for the purpose of education.
Politics, no, game of intelligence.
I understand that. Yeah. You can be popular, but if you don't have the numbers, you won't get the win. And this is a situation where the party is divided. NDC, MPP.
It's not me person yet say ne popular now. Why you not saying?
In America, it's about public opinion, public sentiment about you. Say,
but if I won't call.
We have people homophobia, they are very good, but they are not up there.
Okay.
Do you get it? That is the popularity about. So, I am popular, but only numbers because the country is divided into 2 NDC MPP. I know people are Alan de Minyanko president, but men to man because me pese maba. These are some of the comments. Do you understand?
Okay.
So yes, he can have his own way, but I don't see him leading the country in any way.
Hey, are they?
Oh no. He has issues in organization and other stuff. As my brother said, he has done a lot of mistakes over there. If he knew so much personal contest for president.
Based on your observation and
oh yes, based on my observation, as my brother is saying here. Some of the things he should because say in say MPP are failure, you were part. You started from 2017, right? He resigned just last 2 years or so last year or so. So you can't just leave the train once it is about maybe end or stop before.
Let
me say what I'm saying is who can say with failure? You need to base on reasons. I'm not saying say maybe because say MPP failure, I'll count him part of the MPP.
Okay.
If I'm saying MPP failure, I'll state reasons why I'm saying MPP failure. So the moment I give a reason why MPP failure, meaning Alan is part, and I'm giving why Alan has failed the country. If you take Alan's ministry.
We are not talking about that, but talking about field. So to clear there, no. In terms of
MPP, you can take our economy. Look at our exchange rate now. Look at our exchange. Look at the cost of goods and services, which is the inflation. These are the things I can base on. The reason why I can say MPP failure. And if I am saying MPP failure, I can now bring Alan inside. But if I pick Alan as a trade minister or former trade minister, then say Alan a failure. I need to give a reason why I'm saying Alan a failure. Alan Kwen failure.
Nasa sikano ne adena undime and attributed that to him.
As a trade minister. As Obi trade minister.
Won't me attributed that to him? So we're singling out as a trade minister and talking about the failure of the economy. You think you can contribute that to
the moment I combine
so
the
say
oh yes, you can. That is why I was expecting you to say some of the reason why I said
daily post and Sembi Abetuja until the lawmaking process is exhausted. Judiciary can't order parliament. Babe asama wakano no mepacho ine minister to me anya no say me nya say ye de be wi honom na
with regards to asama back beneka no you're correct. We don't talk about separation of powers all the how do you call it the 3 major arms of government, all of them should operate individually. But when it comes to checks and balances, a honor your friend is saying the executive arm of government can check on the work of the legislature or the judiciary, but cannot give them an order. And I say, be to me intervene, say, be a omunye say, and I say, but there is one thing that I've come to realize. I've come to realize that the judiciary service, mostly they want to implement certain things on the legislature as almost say almost sure almost. But then with regards to separation of powers, it also be a working independently in a juma without any interference from anybody. So the president, who serves as the executive arm of government, can never tell backman, who is in the judiciary arms of government, say onye na juma say ni. We all know that the legislature is a a law-making body. They only make a bill and then it doesn't become a law. Yes. And mostly when they do that, and then if there is anything and then it goes to the president is not or who say say mistake go on say on ascend and no the back come judiciary say munhwem na monhwe say changes be na ye betimi aye ni wom enti omunhwem na ma refer back e dey ama parliament say parliament president dey aba yeso so ye hwem na ye hwe ne mra kwan so no na ye say changes we and e was say ba enti you refer back to the parliament no ma san atenase and then they make a debate or betimi aye dey asan hwehwe hu bi. But in this era na kwa say judiciary ne person no take over from the legislature. Actually, say legislature no can we on this order no. And from the position of backbone you're right, because separation of powers does not allow a friend say one arm of government to intervene in the work of the other. It is only when it comes to check and balances, and the check and balances now and guarantee will say kona question nipa no so. And they say nipa na juma wo ye no. Ubetimi a question wo juma wo ye no ho say bia. Ejuma wo ye ne say ne mentiase chirim mame. Na wa ba be chirim. But untimi nchire ne say that now that you say now you say and do omunyina with the same level but when you say edidi so say we be we no the ama we na ko we ho na ba be you say so that is how it is. So it's right.
I think all is about you need politics because now no you mind more say we MPP me NDC na say we enyasem na asem na we nya no NDC ni miso MPP ni na asem na we nya me kra me ye na ye MP4 hwe na asem na we nya no kra enkoyi ana say enya asem anke say court no eye de so mo ye na since me wa ban mu nte we say me support ja court ni ye no we say me de minyo na akoto ha mu opposite the same thing say minyo no so nya to me one day na so enyeme bia enko no so support court no. So I think as all the kind is about three arms of government and including judicial and the legislative government, and they check on each other. Aside that, they have separate responsibilities, and I'm so more different all the arms. No? So one don't have to come and dictate for any other. Say, oh yes, and I say yes, say. But say, yama politics in the D and I say 3 baby say high. The way because ye nya attention any papa. The right thing now no member of parliament for NDC majority leader in parliament. It's your court. Anytime be a court be sitting be on his case no be say NDC from MP no I'm sorry do you get it? And all those things are things I say I have to say now the parliament is divided. One is against the judicial service and one is for judicial service. These are the things Ebama judicial for Enya almost to me. If I am fighting Kantanka TV and Kantanka TV is united, it will be difficult for me to fight them. But if the Kantanka TV is divided, separated, I will just penetrate through and do whatever I want to do. And that is what is happening in Parliament. They need to unite. If they really want to be respected as the legislative arms of government, they need to be united, work things together, and have a common goal. That is all.
Okay, Madam Wasepa, ya breno ayebe inti yeren komochuche ni nyina esi ahase ba ni nyina mu no so no asema ye ka kire eyempemfo nyina ne se the constitution is the ultimate eno ena e supersede bibia enti se we pese yetie na sem se we pese yetie na se kofa constitution na se ye bie mu a ede ade ena eka ewo mu ese se obi koje obi adwuma ye ana ese se obi impose niema e won yonko se chenchen afama semana sente sa ade a ene na ye hwe ne ye niema pepepe yo entena honorable Abdul Rauf founder and leader for Federation of African Youth Development Sasuna Shadrack K for political analyst on the one campaign in Mobi. Is on chair baby or so one campaign for Madam Wasawai my joint money for Nemadofuina ebe eche. I have seen a digimediana esi asara kese enko enfama obibia wo je brochure dwumedie wontimi ne ya nhya ase ahya ne so streaming live on Facebook at Kantanka television obetimi akọhọ no wahwe dwumedie no nyina ede free honom saso na the entire crew yada mo nyina ase ewo echigina papapa amode aboye ene eye Thursday wunim se dwumedie aka hodo gusu ekoso wo Kantanka television etikoso am wo fidie enda ahasede wo ye bia no meso mo woni nda ho and do them in moderation ene me say dwam di dwumedie hu nyina chia me medinde otomurusie edua na nyina kechiri Emeritus Professor Dr. Engineer Apostle Joseph Kantanka safunya me kese obako pe Daddy Jesus ni be abena chi boache eni meeting ti